you know that nandito kayo, no, because we're talking about real estate. Kasi yung company namin, it's a real estate company. So pag-usapan po natin, no, about real estate. Okay, what are the advantages, no, yung pros of investing in real estate? Siyempre, alam natin, no, real estate can appreciate over time. Yeah, whether nasa city or whether nasa province yung property, no, it will appreciate sa pagdating ng araw. So, siyempre kung nasa city yan, no, or malapit sa mga business district, definitely much faster yung appreciation value and much bigger, no, compared to those property na located po sa mga provinces or located na mga mas malayo, no. So, pero definitely after some period of time, mag-appreciate at mag-appreciate pa rin po. Meaning tataas pa rin po yung value basta real estate property. Then secondly, real estate can provide passive income. Actually, this is what we're going to talk about later. Yung passive income, no, na nabibigay ng real estate, whether it's because dun sa rental. Then third, pwede rin po, no, real estate can allow you to have direct control over your investment. Meaning, unlike other form of investment, kasi alam natin maraming mga form of investment, di ba? Merong mga stocks, mga bonds, no? Merong mga bitcoins. So unlike those investment, si real estate po, no, yung mga properties are only the one that you have direct control over. Kasi, for example, or once you accept your property, it's either you want to live on your property, no, or you can have it for on a rental, no. It's up to you what you're going to do. So you have direct control over that investment. Unlike kung maghihintay ka lang sa mga bitcoins or kung sa mga stocks kung kailan tataas or bababa, kailangan mo lang gawin or ang pwede mo lang gawin doon is to sell yung investment doon. Dito sa atin, you can do whatever you want. You can sell, you can rent it out, or you can live on your property or in your real estate property. So yun, you have direct control. Then lastly, no, real estate will let you use leverage, no, and build equity or yung mapalago po yung net worth ninyo, no. And this is important, no. Madalas kasi iniisip na ba, ano ba importansya ng net worth sa atin? Well, of course, iniisip nyo kasi hindi man ako artista, hindi man ako celebrity, but kailangan kong malaman yung net worth. Importante rin po, no, malaman natin yung net worth natin para malaman natin saan po napupunta yung mga kinikita natin. Mas maganda po yung aware tayo, no, sa net worth natin. And most of the time, para makakuha tayo ng property or to buy a property, meron po tayong pwedeng gamitin na leverage, which is later on pag-usapan natin. Yun po yung pwede kayong gumamit ng mga financing, no, or yung mga payment term. Instead of paying the full amount, no, you can use that leverage to acquire the property. Okay? So, sa ngayon talagang madali na maka-acquire ng property. But in spite of that, sa ngayon, ang laki pa rin po nung backlog natin. Dito sa Pilipinas, no, malaki pa rin po yung backlog ng mga walang property. Sa ngayon, umaabot pa rin po ng mga 6.5 million family, no, Filipino family, ang wala pang sariling property. Although iba, meron ng mga isa, dalawa, tatlong property. Pero sadly, marami pa rin po ang wala pang property. Maybe because some of them hindi pa po ready or wala pa po silang enough na savings, no, or wala pa silang enough na income to buy their own property. But some of those na kaya naman pero hindi sila aware, no, akala nila sobrang mahal, no. Yun yung kailangan din natin silang turuan or kailangan natin silang tulungan para malaman nila na hindi po ganun kahirap or hindi po ganun kahirap kamahal na yung mga property ngayon, no. In fact, sabi nga nito dati po siyang governor ng Central Bank, marami pa rin po ng mga nagre-retire na mga Pilipino yung walang ring investment. Hindi sila financially prepared. Kasi many Filipinos, kala nila yung investing can be costly, no, and hindi pa nila na-realize na it will really give them additional income, especially yun nga by the time na mag-retire sila. Kailangan paghandaan po kasi nila, bakit po hindi nakakapag-invest pa yung ibang mga Filipino? These are the reason, no, meron pong mga reason yan So madalas po, no, kadalasan kapag nasa 20s pa kasi, no, mga bata pa po sila or tayo, hindi po natin iniisip about investing kasi we all think na mahaba pa naman, bata pa naman tayo, no? We want to enjoy life, no? Well, hindi nila namalayan, umaandar yung oras when they turn to 30s, yun na yung time na mag-start na silang magkaroon ng sarili ng family, no? Magpapakasal na, di ba? Well, by the time, kahit pa paano mataas na yung income, but still, they haven't realized nga na kailangan mag-invest. So iniisip nila, pamilya muna unahin nila, no? Makapagsimula sila. Then by the time they reach their 40s, ito na yung time na may mga anak na sila. Sadly, marami rin naman silang ibang priorities, no? Like yung panggastos ng pamilya sa mga anak nila and pang tuition, no? Hindi pa rin nila nabigyan ng ano, na i-prioritize yung pag-invest. Then when they turn 50s, ito na yung time na kahit malaki na yung income, hindi nila naiisip kasi ang nasa utak nila, malapit na rin naman sila mag-retire. So, feeling nila, ba't pa ako mag-i-invest? So, hanggang sa dumating na yung time na nag-retire sila when they turn 60s, so ito yung wala na silang income kasi nag-retire na nga sila and too late na-realize nila na wala silang na-invest or wala silang property. So, most of the time, they don't have enough money para i-sustain or tustusan yung sarili nilang pangangailangan, no? Alam niyo yung sa ngayon, according to some survey, no, 90% ng mga workers na nagwo-worry sila na pag nag-retire sila wala silang pera, no? Then yung mga average worker kasi talagang ang concern nila yung health, no? And again, unfortunately, wala silang naipon para paghandaan yung magiging ano nila, status nila upon retirement kasi baka kulang pa, no, yung mga naitabi nila or na-save nila pambili nung or pampa-hospital, pambili ng gamot, no. 75% po ng mga old retirees are living with their children, no, yung mga kahit may mga asawa na yung mga anak nila, nandun pa rin po sila nakatira kasi nga hindi sila makapag-invest, wala silang sariling property na tinitirahan or yung bahay man na ipundar na ipamana na sa anak nila. So wala silang sariling income. Then 68% of Filipino workers ang makaka-receive lang, no, ng mga SSS or pag-ibig na pension. Pero sadly rin, no, hindi rin ganun kalaki yun no? Magkano lang baka hindi pa sapat para pambili ng mga maintenance drug, di ba? Mga ganun. So 3 out of 5 tuloy ng mga Filipino retirees na napipilitan pa rin magtrabaho kahit matanda na sila kasi nga they don't have enough na savings or they don't have any investment na magsusustain para dun sa mga pangangailangan nila. Okay? So, ganun po yung reality. Yung iba naman, the reason why they are not investing is yun, they want to save. No? Nagsasave po sila sa bangko, ganun. But if we're going to compare yung savings versus investing, wala pong masama sa pagsasave. But the truth is, pagka nilagay mo yung pera mo po sa bangko, hindi po yan kikita ng malaki, no? And hindi talaga, even gawin mo pa siya na parang time deposit, hindi rin po ganun kalaki yung kikitain ng pera natin sa bank, no? Most of the time, parang natutulog lang siya. Compared to investing, whatever form of investment, no, talagang mas mataas pa rin po yung magiging balik, no, or yung magiging ROI nung mga pera natin, no, instead of putting it lang sa isang lugar or sinave lang natin sa bank, why not lagay na lang natin sa investment, no? So talking about investment, of course, if we're going to compare real estate against other form of investment like stocks, no, with stocks, alam naman natin na medyo ano siya, no, risky kasi may tendency tumaas, may tendency bumaba. Kaya nga, if you're going to compute kung magkano yung kikitain mo sa stocks over a period of time, magiging hindi ganun kalaki kasi tumataas bumababa siya no. For example, ito lang, hindi ko lang nasabi ko anong company stocks to, pero during 2014, 107,000 yung bili niya. After 10 years, 113,000 pa rin, no? Hindi siya gano'ng tumaas. Kasi nagpa-fluctuate. Unless, pag tumaas, benta mo kagad. Kasi iniisip mo, pag bagsak, lugi ka pa, no? If you're going to compare that with real estate property, for example, yung mga property nga ng Double Dragon, meron tayong property before yung Hotel 101 Manila. No, binenta nila yan mga 2014, 2015. And they started selling it yung mga estimated mga 2.7 to 2.8 million. But right now, of course, sold out na yung Hotel 101 Manila. But if there is an available reopen unit, ang price po niya is 6.5 million na. Kasi yun na po ang market value niya ng mga property doon sa area, no? So ganun po kalaki yung naging appreciation value nung property na yon. So ganun po sa real estate. Tumataas yung value and marami ka pong pwedeng gawin. Kagaya sinabi natin kanina, you have direct control over your property. Pwede mong paupahan, pwede mong i-resale, no? Yung parang natawag lang flipping. And pero ang para sa amin, no, the best pa rin is kung iki-keep mo muna and paparentahan mo kasi this will give you passive income, eh, di ba? Yun yung maganda dito. Even if nag-retire ka na, di ba? Not necessarily matanda ka na, pero for example, you're working abroad and nasa 50s ka, you decided na gusto mo na magpahinga kasi you're working for more than 20 years or 30 years. So, umuwi ka ng Pilipinas, you still have going to have a passive income kung meron kang property, kahit wala ka ng trabaho, kahit maggawa ka pa ng ibang business mo, hindi man mag-succeed yung ibang business mo, you're going to have a passive income out of the property na ininvest mo, especially if you're using it for rental, no? For rental business. And that's what we're going to talk about kasi introduce po namin yung aming property, yung company po namin, which is ganito po yung pwede nang ibigay sa atin, no? Or sa mga buyers po natin. Okay, so let us introduce to you yung Hotel 101 by Double Dragon. Ano po muna, pa-play ko po muna yung video, no? Maikli lang po to, 1 minute lang para you will have an idea, no, kung ano po yung company namin and ano po yung business model ng aming mga property. Okay. Pa-watch po, mga 1 minute lang po siya.
Imagine owning a property without the hassle of maintaining it. An investment that grows as property appreciates, but also yields a steady stream of monthly revenues. Hotel 101's Happy Room is a secure property investment, backed by a condominium title. You're free to mortgage it, resell it, or leave it with your kids to inherit. So, how is it different from any other property investment? With Hotel 101, just buy a unit, and we'll take care of it. Hotel 101 will fit it out, operate it as a hotel, take care of unit repairs and maintenance. So, how do you earn from Hotel 101? 30% of gross room revenues are distributed to all unit owners equally. Regardless if your actual unit was used, Hotel 101 shoulders all hotel operating expenses, while your monthly share of revenue is deposited straight into your bank account by the 16th day of the following month. It's that easy. And the best part? You get to enjoy it too, with free nights in any Hotel 101 nationwide. Hotel 101. Investing made simple. Another quality project of Double Dragon Properties Corporation.
Okay, so yun po ano, so nakita niyo po yung aming business model, ganun po yung process namin, no. Yung main ano doon is you just have to buy a property, then we will take care of everything for you. So yun po yung in-introduce ng Double Dragon, no, with this Hotel 101 concept. Of course, familiar kayo sigurado kay Hotel 101, one way or another, nadaanan niyo po siya, passing by, kung nandito kayo galing sa MOA, meron po kasi kaming project dyan or hotel dyan, no? Yung Hotel 101 Manila. Then kung dumadaan naman kayo sa C5, I'm sure nakita nyo na yung Hotel 101 Fort. So before, hindi ko rin po alam na binebenta yung mga property no, wala pa ako dito sa Double Dragon. But then, nagulat na lang ako nung nandito ako na ang product pala ibebenta namin are the hotel units mismo, no? And kagaya po nung sinabi ng video kanina, just buy our unit, then we'll take care of everything. Kasi if we're going to compare with a regular condominium kung saan kayo pwede mag-invest, maganda rin po yun. No? Maganda rin mo pong mag-invest talaga with a residential condominium. Pag bumili kayo, you have to furnish your unit. Kung hindi fully furnish yung binili ng unit. Then upon furnishing, para po mapaupahan nyo yung mga unit nyo, if yung, of course, investment pinag-usapan natin, no? So, papaupahan nyo yung unit nyo na sa ordinary condominium, kailangan yung i-ads, no? I-register nyo sa Airbnb or sa Booking.com, and you also have to do your, parang, your own campaign, no? Sa sa social media para dumami po yung magre-rent. And kapag meron na magre-rent sa unit nyo, of course, you have to inform yung admin dun sa condominium kung every time merong magche-check-in. So you have to email them to inform them na meron kayong guest. Kasi kung hindi nila papapasukin, di ba? Siyempre, mahigpit din yung mga securities, no, doon sa mga condominium na yon kung saan kayo nakakuha. Siyempre, they have to protect yung mga unit owner. So, kung meron kayong guest, you have to email them para papasukan na yung guest ninyo, yung tenant ninyo. And medyo hassle lang kung sa part nyo kung nag-stay kayo, for example, sa US and mag-check in yung buyer nyo, di ba? O I mean, yung tenant nyo ng mga 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Sa US, I think mga 2 a.m. yon. So, paano kung tulog kayo? So, medyo hassle talaga. Kailangan yung mag-effort. Kailangan yung magpuyat para abangan kung what time mag-check-in si tenants. Then, aside from that, no, additional cost, you have to pay monthly dues sa condominium. You have to pay electric bills. You have to pay water bills, di ba? And also, pag may nasira dun sa gamit ninyo sa mga condominiums, you have to replace them. So you have to buy replacement, no? Kung nasira yung TV, nasira yung ref, nasira yung mga furnitures, kailangan palitan nyo kasi hindi naman pwedeng may mag-check-in nang sira yung mga gamit. So those are the things na talagang dagdag sa hassle kapag nagpaparent ka ng condominium. But of course, don't get me wrong, talagang maganda pa rin po magpa-OPA kasi kikita rin kayo. Pero with having said that, kailangan nyo pong mag-effort, kailangan yung gumastos pa additional on your part, additional cost. So hindi po ganoon kay Hotel 101. Kaya Hotel 101, once you bought a unit, no, wala na kayong ibang gagawin. Hindi na kayo magpa-furnish kasi we deliver the units fully furnished. And kung may nag-check-in at nasira yung gamit, hindi po kayo magpapalit. Ang magpapalit po niyan si Hotel 101. Whatever yung gamit na nasira, TV, rep, aircon, mga furnitures, wala na po extra cost on your part. So doon sa gamit, save na po kayo. Then you don't have to pay anything na mga monthly dues. Wala po kayo babayaran na monthly dues from for the condominium kasi ang sagot na po ng lahat ng maintenance, no, lahat ng mga securities doon, si Hotel 101 na po. So you don't have to pay any monthly dues. You don't have to pay electric bills. Ito yung medyo malaki, no? If you're renting out your condo, syempre yung mga tenant minsan, they don't care kung iwanan man lang bukas yung aircon maghapon, kahit lumabas sila bukas yun para pagbalik nila, malamig pa din, di ba? So, dun sa tenant tuloy, medyo malaki yung monthly bill nila sa Meralco, no? Or electric bills nila. With Hotel 101, you're free of that, no? Wala po kayong babayaran na electric bills, wala kayong babayaran na water bills. Okay? So those are the things na iba dun sa, if we're going to compare dun sa regular na condominium na nagpaparenta, nagpapa-Airbnb. Okay? So again, si Double Dragon po ang developer ng Hotel 101. If you're thinking, sino po ba yan si Double Dragon? Baka hindi kayo familiar. Well, Double Dragon Corporation po is being led by Edgar Injapsia and Tony Tan Cakchong. So kung hindi nyo po kilala yung dalawa, si Tony Tan Cakchong po is the owner of Jollibee Food Corporation. For sure, lahat po tayo, mga Pilipino, nakakain na sa Jollibee. No? And hindi lang po dito yan sa Pilipinas, no? Worldwide po kasi ang mga branches ng Jollibee. No? Si Tony Tan Cakchong po, he started talaga from scratch, no? From in 1978, isang branch, then just 40 years later, more than 6,000 branches na, no? Worldwide. And hindi lang po Jollibee yung store niya. Meron, of course, sa kanya na po yung Chowking, Greenwich, Red Ribbon, kung alam niyo po, no? And even Burger King, no? Marami po siyang other restaurants. And again, hindi lang po dito sa Pilipinas yan. Worldwide. In fact, ang total market capitalization ng Jollibee Food Corporation is over $4.5 billion. Ganun na po kalaki si Jollibee. No? And in fact, 40% po ng income, no, ng Jollibee are coming from overseas. So malaki na po rin talaga ang na-reach ng Jollibee. So yun po isang owner natin, si Tony Tan Cakchong. Then the other one is Edgar Injapsia. And I'm sure familiar po kayo sa Mang Inasal kung nakapunta kayo. I mean, nakatikim na kayo ng mga luto ng Mang Inasal o yung mga sinaserve nila. Hindi lang din po kasi yan dito hindi lang po nationwide. Meron din branches yan in other countries. So aside from that, meron po isang ibang business pa si Injapsia, no? Meron siyang groceries, meron siyang mga real estate companies din in the province. So itong dalawang tao na to, no, they are both very dynamic individual and they are both visionaries. Pareho sila na nag-start from scratch, from zero. Then talagang they made it on their own, no, na napalaki yung mga company nila. So nag-join force po sila, no. They formed Double Dragon. And Double Dragon kasi parehas po silang pinanganak ng Year of the Dragon. And nag-start sila in 2014 with 0, no, square meters. Wala po silang nag-start sila, wala pa sila talagang na property, nakatayo. And just a decade later, no, after 10 years, they now have 1.3 million square meters, meaning ganito na kadami yung mga naitayo ng property. Those are mga office buildings, mga industrial, and mga hotels. No? Yun na po yung mga naitayo nila. And they started sa $10 million lang na equity. But yun nga, no, after a decade, no, 10 years later, that's 1.4 billion US dollars na agad. No, ganun po kalaki, no, or ganun kabilis yung growth ng company natin. Okay. So that's 3.1 billion dollars yung total assets ngayon ng Double Dragon. Okay. Another milestone po ng Double Dragon is yung they got listed under Nasdaq. If you're familiar with Nasdaq, it's an American stock exchange company based in New York. So normally ang inaalaw lang po or kinukuha lang ng Nasdaq are yung mga malalaking company, yung fast-growing company, no? And we were included in that. We are the first Filipino company to be listed under Nasdaq. Hindi lang po Hotel 101 yung company ng Double Dragon. Meron po tayong other sister company like City Mall. If you're familiar with City Mall, no? Usually these are malls na located in the provinces, no? But they are nationwide, no? Nationwide din po yan. Right now, almost 45 stores na po ang meron and marami pa pong mga kino-construct. Okay? Then we have the DMP REIT, yung Real Estate Investment Trust. So this one, yung pwede kayong bumili ng share sa kanila and you get your revenue out of dun sa leasing nila, no? They have commercial and industrial buildings na pinapalis, no? So doon po kumikita yung mga nag-invest sa REIT. Then they also have yung central hub, no? Ito po yung mga industrial and cold storages, no, na located din siya nationwide kasi usually since food industry po ang negosyo ni Jollibee and ni Injap siya, no? So talaga meron po silang mga storages and mga warehouses nationwide. So yan po yung other companies ng Double Dragon. Then of course, dun po tayo sa Hotel 101. And right now, ang current project po natin, yung existing po, no, fully operational hotels are Hotel 101 Manila, which is located in Pasay City. And of course, yung Hotel 101 Fort, located naman siya sa may Global City, no. Yun po yung dalawa pa lang sa ngayon, fully operational na. And right now, maganda po yung income pareho ng dalawa. Kaya maswerte po yung mga naunang nag-invest kasi mataas po ang occupancy rate, no, nung both hotel na yan. Then we have ongoing projects, no, yung tinatayo sa ngayon. That's in Hotel 101 Cebu and Hotel 101 Davao. So, yung Hotel 101 Cebu, fully sold out na po yan. Yung Hotel 101 Davao naman po, I think mga 10 units na lang. I think ang turnover is by 2025, maybe later part ng mga third or fourth quarter ng 2025. Then we have upcoming projects like in Boracay, that will be Hotel 101 Boracay, one in Bohol, another one in Palawan, and another one in Baguio. So ito soon to be announced po kung kailan namin ilo-launch. Most probably yung iba next year, no? Sana ma-launch namin yung Baguio and Boracay next year. So kasi marami na nag-aabang. Pero for now, ang existing po namin locally is Hotel 101 Libis, which is very good project po in Quezon City. Mamaya po i-discuss namin din yan. And we have 3 projects abroad, no? Yung sasabi namin, the company is a global company. We are looking at expanding to 25 countries within the next 3 years. So right now we have projects in 3 countries na. One in Madrid, Spain, that's Hotel 101 Madrid. and we have one in Japan, no? That's Hotel 101 Niseko. Then later on this year, we're going to launch yung Hotel 101 Los Angeles. That's in USA. Hopefully, ma-launch po namin by November or December. Okay? So these are our projects right now. But again, we have so many upcoming projects pa rin po, no? Which we will announce siguro later part pa po ng taon. So if we're asking, ano po ba si Hotel 101? Well, we belong to the value segment, no? Simply na we are a 3-star hotel. But if you're going to compare us to the typical 3-star hotel, na usually mga 100 rooms lang po, meron din siguro ibang 3-star hotel na malaki na ang mga 200 rooms. Yung Hotel 101 po, no, ang average natin mga 500 rooms, no. So if we're going to compare us, talagang we are much bigger than the typical 3-star hotel. Actually, we are comparable to 5-star hotel, no, in terms of yung mga number of units or yung laki ng building. And not only that, no, we are also comparable to the 5-star hotel in terms of the amenities, no. Yung mga features natin, kasi aside from, of course, yung mga front desk natin, and of course, may all-day dining, typical naman po sa mga hotel yan, no. Mga convenience store na nandun sa ground floor ng mga hotel. We have our own fitness gym. We have swimming pools na talagang functional na pwedeng gamitin ng mga guests, just like in a 5-star hotel. So meron tayong business center and mga VIP rooms, function room na pwedeng gamitin sa mga events and mga business meetings, no? We have children's playground na pwedeng kung nung maggamitin ng mga guests, yung mga anak nila. Then we have laundry area and meron tayong daily housekeeping, no, na wala po sa mga typical 3-star hotel. Usually mga 5-star hotel po meron, no? So we have that, no? We have daily housekeeping. So ito po yung pwede natin ipagmalaki na yung Hotel 101 is not your typical 3-star hotel. We can be compared in terms of dun sa affordability, no, yung sizes natin, pero yung services natin and the features can be compared to the 5-star hotel. Well, gusto po natin mag-introduce ng standardization kay hotel industry kasi ngayon wala po. Kung mapapansin nyo sa ibang industry, meron yan. Kasi for example, sa mga restaurant, sa mga fast food, no, ano po ba yung standard? Di ba? Kay Jollibee talagang karaniwan mga combo meals, mga hamburger, di ba? Sa mga soft drinks, nag-start yan si Coca-Cola, yung mga malalaki, mga family size. Sa mga sasakyan, mga vehicle, well, na-start na rin yan ng iba't ibang mga company sa vehicle, yung SUV, no, mga family car, with communication naman, ano ba yung standard sa mga cellphone natin, di ba? Smartphone, di ba? Inumpisahan ni Apple. So, in airline industry, ang standard pa halos isa lang naman talaga, yung economy, di ba? Economy yun talaga ang pinakamabenta. Samantalang sa hotel, wala po eh. Whether 3-star hotel or 5-star hotel, iba-iba yung rooms nila. Kasi yun naman talaga ang binibenta doon eh. Di ba? Yun ang kinuha sa mga hotel, yung rooms. Sa ngayon, ano po ba ang alam niyong hotel na merong standard or uniform na rooms? I mean, sa buong building, for example, 500 rooms, they have only one type of rooms. Specifically, one type of rooms lang sa buong hotel. So wala po, hanggang dumating po si Hotel 101. So that's standardization na inintroduce po natin. And ba't po natin ginawa to? Kasi it's more efficient eh. Especially no, sa ating mga investors. No, yung mga nag-invest sa atin, iisa lang yung type of room na available sa kanila na for them to purchase para paupahan ng mga hotel. And dun sa mga client naman natin na nag-check-in, very very efficient din. Kasi whether saan sila mag-stay, for example, sanay sila sa Pilipinas na mag-stay sa Hotel 101. Then if we're going to Madrid for first time, siyempre, kung mag-i-stay sila sa Hotel 101, they will feel secured pa rin. Kasi pagpasok nila, same room, kung ano yung nakasanayan nila, di ba? Parang talagang secured sila in terms, hindi dahil sa luxury, yung luxurious yung room, kundi dahil very familiar eh. So doon sila nakakaramdam ng security, yung comfort na bibigay sa kanila, no? And that's what we're offering, no? Yung ating happy room, yun yung ating signature room, no? We call that the happy room. It's a 21 square meter na kasama lahat to, no? Yung of course fully furnished yan kapag dineliver natin sa mga investors. Kasi yun din yung room na papaopahan ng hotel, no? So kasama na yung queen size bed, tsaka may isang single, then may maganda yung mattress niya, then yung air conditioning, aircon, and yung TV, then everything. So if you're going to check in sa any Hotel 101, this is what you're going to see and this is what you're going to get, no? Ito po itsura niyan. So upon turnover natin, kagaya ng sinabi ko dun sa mga buyers po or mga investors natin, they don't have to to choose kung saan yung location ng room, whether facing amenities, or sa upper floor or higher floor. Kasi isa lang po ng itsura, no? Standard yan, uniform yan, all throughout the building. That's the happy room, no? Yun po yung offer natin. Okay? So, kasi pare-pareho po ang rate sa buong hotel. Once pinaupahan nila to, same rate, no? For example, in Hotel 101 Manila, ino-offer nila to, I think mga 3,000 to 3,500 per day. Of course, depende dun sa season, no? Sometimes pagka talagang peak season, maabot siya ng 7,000, no? Pag mga December yata. So, pero pag sinabi mong gano'n, lahat po ng unit gano'n. Iisang rate lang. Okay? So, gano'n din po sa mga buyers natin, if they're going to invest, iisa lang din po yung price niyan. Kung sakali sabihin natin sa Davao, Hotel 101 Davao, that will cost them mga around 5.5 million. Kahit anong rooms, kahit saan, facing Manila, facing amenities or facing the city. Doon din po sa Libis, gano'n din, no? Whether upper floor, lower floor, isa lang po yung price. Later on, we will go to discuss that. Okay. So right now, kagaya sinabi namin, eto, dalawa lang po yung ating operational for now. Pero by next year, magiging 4 na po, no? Kasi we will also finish yung Hotel 101 Cebu and Davao. So dito po sa Metro Manila, Hotel 101 Manila in Pasay and Hotel 101 Fort yung tapat lang po ng BGC. And they are performing very well, no? Kagaya sabi natin, ang laki po nung mga naging occupancy rate natin even during the pandemic times, no? So yung mga condominiums hindi kumikita nung pandemic, pero yung mga hotel po natin, Hotel 101 Manila, kumikita siya. So yun yung advantage yung mga investors natin, mga buyer natin ng rooms, may income sila even during the pandemic. Okay? Sa ngayon, nag-average tayo ng mga 70 to 80% occupancy rate. So sa mga typical na hotel, especially mga 3-star hotel, sa 50 to 55% lang sila. No? Actually, mga 5-star hotel lalo kasi since malalaki, mga medyo mahal yung mga units sila, no? Talagang nasa 50% lang yung occupancy rate. Ang kagandahan sa atin kasi we are affordable and kagaya sinabi ko, efficient yung in-offer natin, no, na business model. So, we're going to show you po ngayon ano yung available natin na mga projects, no? And tutulungan po muna ako mag-present ng mga property specialist ko, no? They're here to help me. Medyo lang po, brief lang po, hindi namin i-discuss yung full details. So just to give you an idea. Okay. So first, itong project po natin sa Niseko. So to help me, I would like to call one of my team leader, si Sai.
Good morning, I'm Saira, property specialist po ni Double Dragon. Then i-discuss ko po ngayon is yung Hotel 101 Niseko. Si Hotel 101 Niseko siya yung first Filipino hotel brand natin overseas and located siya sa Niseko, Hirafu, Hokkaido, Japan. Si Niseko is accessible po via Sapporo in New Chitose Airport. By car is 2 hours yung travel time natin papunta ng Hotel 101 Niseko. Pero by 2023, yung bullet train or yung Shinkansen, once na operational na siya from Tokyo to Hotel 101 is from 8 hours, magiging 4 hours na lang yung travel time natin. Then, from Sapporo po, instead na 2 hours na via car is magiging 25 minutes na lang papunta sa Hotel 101. Then, Si Hotel 101 po is may 6 floors and 1 basement with 167 na outdoor parkings and 482 na total rooms. Then, si Hotel Niseco is 3-star hotel po siya with complete amenities. Unlike others po, si Hotel 101 Niseco is meron siyang indoor swimming pool, laundry area, reception, mineral hot bath, sauna, fitness gym, restaurant, ski lockers, and business center. As well as may retail shop din siya and may children's playground. Yun po. Si Hotel 101 Niseco nag-start yung groundbreaking niya last August 2023 and set to complete by December 2026. Ngayon po, bakit tayo mag-i-invest sa Japan in Hotel 101 Niseco? Number one, Hokkaido. In Japan, Hokkaido is popular ski destination in Japan and known siya sa powderized snow niya. Then, rank 3 siya in Asia, which is dinadayo talaga siya ng mga turista. So, parang ang tina-target natin dito na investors is local and mga foreigners as well as mga Pilipino na turista. And si Hotel 101 Niseco is a minutes away lang dun sa Four Interlakes Mountain kung saan yung talagang pinupuntahan ng mga turista, which is yung Grand Hirafu, Hanasono, Niseco Village, and Mount Anapuri. In terms naman in ownership, wala restriction sa foreign ownership. So kumbaga it is perpetual and magkakaroon kayo ng condominium title din. In comes to investment, mababa po ang yen kaya maganda yung paglalagay natin ng investment natin dito sa Japan, especially in Hotel 101 Niseco. Kasi yung visitors natin dito is yearly, tumataas talaga. So yung occupancy rate natin sa hotel by 2027, probably yung operational niya is pwedeng mag-occupy ng 80% to 100%.
Time, how much yung unit natin dito na for sale?
Ang unit natin sir for sale is nasa 15 million sir. Then ang reservation natin is nasa $2,000. If i-convert natin siya sa peso is nasa 106,400. Then yung payment terms naman natin sir, I think best for me is since by 2026 tapos na yung project natin. So pinaka mai-offer ko is yung 25% down payment, then 25% payable in 24 months. Then yung 49% lump sum on the 25th. Kasi by then, kung gusto mong kumita ka kaagad or mabalik mo yung inilabas mong initial investment in Hotel 101, I think kailangan i-fully paid mo siya para by the time na operational na siya is makuha mo yung makuha mo agad yung inilabas mo. Na hindi mo na kailangan mag-antay ng matagal. Kumbaga tatapusin mo yung down payment mo. Let's say 10% spot, 90% payable in 8 years, zero interest to. Magandang payment terms to, pero kumbaga mapapakinabagan mo to after 8 years pa. Since doon ka pa lang mag-i-start mag-earn ng kita from your hotel. Ayun sir.
Yeah. So sinasabi mo, magkaang yung payment term na yan, no? Yung 8 years. Pero
Yes, sir.
8 years pa bago nila mapakinabangan. Unlike kung
Yes, sir.
yung other payment term na may spot 25 tapos another 25% in 24 months, pan-turnover, mapapakinabangan nila yung hotel nila.
Yes,
So may income na sila. Right?
Kumbaga best na matapos natin in 2 years yung terms natin para by the time na operational na si Hotel 101 Niseco is mapasabay siya dun sa pag-earn.
Later on, we're going to show kung paano kikita si mga si unit owner, no, yung mga investors natin. Then, if you have a client or if you're interested to know more about Hotel 101 Niseco, so just schedule yung one-on-one meetings with us or dun sa mga property specialists para we can explain further kung ano meron si Hotel 101 Niseco and yung price and payment terms na mapag-usapan natin na mas mahaba. No? So, yeah, thank you, Sai, for the brief presentation ng Hotel 101 Niseco.
Thank you, Sir Alan.
Okay. So our next, we have our next project also located globally is the one located in Spain. So tulungan ako nung isang property specialist natin, si Miss Roslyn, to have the brief presentation. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Roslyn, your property specialist. I would like to introduce our Hotel 101 Madrid. Hotel 101 Madrid is located in Valdebebas. It's an urban development in Madrid, Spain, which is adjacent to Madrid Barajas Airport. Valdebebas is home to Real Madrid Sports Complex and the IFEMA Convention Center, one of the largest trade fair organization in Europe. Hotel 101 will house 680 rooms, an all-day dining restaurant, outdoor pool and bar, a business center, function rooms, and a fitness center, as well as 24-hour convenience store. Ang target completion niya is by December 2025. Hotel 101 Madrid will be the company's first development in Europe and the very first homegrown hotel chain, Filipino hotel chain to open in Spain.
Okay, so how much yung property natin dito binibenta?
Hotel 101 Madrid will cost roughly 14 million per unit. Ang kagandahan po dito kay Hotel 101 Madrid is your ticket to have a golden visa. We know naman na Spain is the second strongest passport. Once you avail 3 units in Hotel Madrid, Hotel 101 Madrid, you can apply for a golden visa. And once you avail a unit in Hotel 101 Madrid, meron tayong tax refund. But here in Madrid, we have roughly 2 million plus tax refund. So, kung 14 million ang isang unit, magiging 12 million na lang. Ang Hotel 101 Madrid is located po near the IFEMA Convention Center. 5 minutes from the airport tayo. So, very accessible. Plus, meron pong train station near the area. Kasi, nandun lang lahat. Halos, andun ang mga open park. Fortunately, nasa tabi lang natin yung itata yung F1. So, may projection na yung Hotel 101 na possible na always 100% occupancy dahil dun sa mga business around the area. Very exclusive yung area natin. Imagine it's a 3-star hotel lang. Pero yung location niya is strategically.
Yeah, yung Madrid natin, unlike yung sa Niseco, malayo siya sa city because it's a tourist destination. No, kasi dinadayo talaga yung Niseco. So yung Hotel 101 Niseco, nandun siya, it's an exclusive vacation spot, yung location. Dito naman sa Madrid, it's in the center of the city. Kaya talagang you don't have to think further. Talagang doon pa lang sa sinabi ni Roslyn na nandun yung IFEMA na 20 times larger than SMX. Tapos nandun yung F1 racetrack, na talagang dinadayo siya. So, almost 100% yung magiging occupancy rate niya. Tama? All year round.
Yes po.
Napaka-importante ng occupancy rate, lagi natin sinasabi, kasi that will be the basis dun sa magiging income ng mga buyer or investors natin. Okay? So, if you want po ng full presentation of Hotel 101 Madrid, simply contact Roslyn or any of the property specialists po na nag-invite sa atin para mabigyan kayo ng full details, if you have a client or kayo mismo interested with Hotel 101 Madrid. Okay? So thank you, Roslyn, for that brief presentation of Hotel 101 Madrid. Okay. So next, project na i-discuss natin is one of our flagship project here locally, and this is the Hotel 101 Libis. So it will be presented by one of our property specialists, si MJ.
So, good afternoon everyone. My name is Mary Jane Almubiel. I'm a property specialist of Double Dragon Sales Corporation. So, ang i-discuss ko po ngayon is yung project po natin local, which is Hotel 101 Libis. Hotel 101 Libis is located po siya exactly sa Bridgetown. Mismong sa Irod Rodriguez out po siya. Ang pinaka-landmark po nito is yung Victor statue, kung familiar po kayo sa kanya. So, for the project overview of Hotel 101 Libis, total number of rooms, 702. So, same as meron din po itong amenities, which is function rooms, business center, pool and kiddie pool, all dining, and VIP rooms, gym, playground, and helipad. So, meron pong helipad sa Hotel 101 kasi ang pinaka-location po ng Hotel 101 is business center. So, kung familiar po kayo sa Bridgetown, which is Robinson Land po siya, ang mga nakapaligid po doon is mga business corporation, mga condo, and mga hotels. So, kaya nilagyan po ng helipad si Hotel 101 Libis para pag may mga emergency business corporation event po kayo, if manggagaling po yung client nyo sa airport, so mas mabilis po silang makakapunta sa event nila kasi mayroon po tayong helipad kay Hotel 101 Libis. So, meron din po itong mga function rooms, which is para po dun sa mga hotel na gagawin. Ay, may mga business event po sa loob. And then, may mga business center din po ito. And then, if kasama din po nung client nyo yung mga family niya, so hindi naman po sila maboboring sa loob kasi meron din naman po siyang kiddie pool, and then hindi rin naman po kayo maboboring kasi may mga all dining food restaurant po sa loob ng mismong hotel. And then for the price po ni Hotel 101 Libis, so sa Hotel 101 Libis po, ang total contract price niya po is 6.9. Pinakamura po natin yun na project sa local. So, ang number of units po niya is 702. And then, doon po tayo sa payment terms po ni Hotel 101 Libis. So, meron po tayong 4 option. Pero, ang pinaka-best option po dito is yung 10% down payment. And then, yung 20% po, i-spread po natin yun ng over 24 months. And then, yung 60% po is magiging loan po siya through bank financing po. So, yung reverse reservation po nito is 50,000. And then, yung magiging total amount po siya over 24 months is nasa 57,000 pesos po.
Okay. So, yun. Ang maganda po sa location natin, no, sa Hotel 101 Libis, kagaya ng binanggit ni MJ, unlike naman po dun sa other projects natin na Diseco in Madrid, ito nga, of course, nasa Metro Manila siya, no? And hindi siya ganun kalapit sa airport, pero meron siyang sariling set of market, no, na yung iba market natin to sa mga business community. Kasi nandun nga siya na, kagaya sinabi niya, nasa loob siya ng Bridgetown, which is a township project na maraming mga corporate doon, and aside from that, maraming mga other exclusive condominiums doon. No? Kung hindi nyo natatanong, yung mga condominiums doon sa area, nag-range ng mga 15 million to 30 million. No? So yun pa lang, that's a very good dahil ang price lang po ng ating property is, kagaya ni sabi ni MJ, 6,950,000, but yung magiging ROI niya, no, kasi because dun sa price, dun sa location niya, talagang it's yung location kasi ng property natin, medyo high-end, no? High-end po yung Bridgetown na township. So hindi po siya ordinary location. So yun po yung magiging market natin, yung mga nandun sa paligid, aside from the fact na malapit din siya sa Ortigas Commercial Business District. And of course, malapit din po siya sa Eastwood, no? And yung area talagang very feasible dun sa mga investors natin. Okay? So thank you MJ for that presentation. So kung meron po kayong mga buyers, no, na interested or investor na interested with Hotel 101 Libis, yan, kontakin nyo lang po kami or yung mga property specialist na nakausap nyo para bigyan po kayo ng full details about Hotel 101 Libis. So pag-usapan po natin, paano ba kikita yung mga buyers natin dito, yung mga investors? Paano sila kikita sa Hotel 101? Of course, sinabi natin na hassle-free, no? Dahil wala silang iisipin, just buy a unit, then we will take care of everything. Na hindi na sila magbabayad ng monthly dues, Meralco bills, water bills, wala na silang iintindihin sa paghahanap ng mga tenant kasi si Hotel 101 na bahala doon dahil it's a hotel for sure. Sila na magma-market, maglalagay sila ng, meron sila sariling apps actually. They have their own apps where yung mga naghahanap ng hotel, doon pwede na mag-book doon. Or nakikita rin siya doon sa mga booking.com. Tapos meron ding walk-ins, no? So sila na bahala doon. Hindi na concern ng mga investors natin or mga buyers natin kung paano papaupahan yung unit. That's Hotel 101 na po, no? Na responsibility. Then, yun, yung kagaya sinabi ko, may masira man sa gamit, sila na bahala magpalit. So that's the reason why pagdating sa sharing, syempre Hotel 101 has 70% dun sa total share, then 30% po dun sa mga investors or mga unit owners natin. Aside from that, no, yung 30% na share nila dun sa income, meron din silang 10 vouchers that they can use. That's annually, no? Yearly, meron po makukuha si unit owner na 10 vouchers that they can use not only dun sa hotel kung saan sila kumuha, but they can use that in any Hotel 101. For example, gawa na yung Hotel 101 Baguio natin, no? They can use their vouchers na gamitin kung gusto nila mag-stay dun sa Baguio, no? Sa Hotel 101 Baguio. Or paggawa na po yung Hotel 101 Boracay, then they can use that in Hotel 101 Boracay. Or in Palawan, or in Cebu, any Hotel 101. But not only here in the country, in the Philippines, no? Even globally, they can use that vouchers if they want to stay in Hotel 101 Madrid or in Hotel 101 Niseco or anywhere, no? In Hotel 101 LA, kung saan pa man yung other countries na lalagyan natin ng Hotel 101, they can use that voucher. Okay? So, Hotel 101, meron po siyang sariling condominium title. We're technically a condominium unit, no, na to be used as a hotel. Yun lang naman po, no. Hindi lang po talaga siya pwedeng gamitin as a permanent residency, no. Kasi hindi siya pwedeng full residential unit kagaya ng ordinary condominium kasi nga we are a hotel. We're in a hotel business, no. So once your buyer gets a unit, they will sign a contract, no? That's a 25 years contract with Hotel 101, no? So for straight 25 years, they have a guaranteed income, which is yun nga, it will be based on the occupancy rate. Kagaya yung sinasabi natin, bakit importante yung occupancy rate? Lagi natin sinasabi, mataas ang occupancy rate ng two projects natin operational, Hotel 101 Manila and Port, and ang taas din ng projection ng Hotel 101 Madrid, Niseco, and Libis, no? Yung magiging occupancy rate niya. Kasi doon magbe-base tayo ng magiging income ng mga unit owners natin. Okay? Kasi that 30% gross revenue will be based on the total revenue of the hotel, no? Hindi lang doon sa sariling unit niya. So, once they get a unit from us, so whether mapaupahan man yung unit niya or hindi, will not affect yung kanyang magiging revenue for the month. Kasi ang paghahati-hatian nila is the total revenue of the hotel. Okay? So ganun po siya, no? So ang kailangan lang bayaran of course ng mga unit owners natin is yung real estate property tax. Kasi yung unit is like a condominium unit na meron silang titulo and nakapangalan po sa kanila yon. So they have to pay that, yung tinatawag natin na amilyar, no? Yung that will be annual property tax. So yun lang po yung sagot nila doon. But upon buying, wala na silang kailangang bayaran pa na monthly dues or electric bills or water bills. Okay? So paano po yung sharing niyan? Yun po yung usual question eh. Paano po ba, kailan namin makukuha yung aming income? Yun po yung tinatanong ng aming mga usual na buyers, no, mga investors. So let's take Hotel 101 Libis as an example. Okay? So di ba ang price nga ng Hotel 101 Libis is only 6,950,000. Okay? That's less than 7 million. Okay? Wala na po silang babayaran na additional VAT, ha? Hindi na po inclusive na dito sa 6.9 yung VAT. Tapos yung additional lang nila later bayaran yung transfer ng title na 4%. But that's it. Yun lang po lahat. So doon sa unit na yun, no, upon turnover in 2026, ang projected na magiging daily rate po natin doon is 4,900. Okay? Less than 5,000, no? 4,900 daily. Yun po yung magiging room rate. So yung 702 units na yon, pag na-occupy lahat, that's 100% occupancy rate. But for example, 80% lang or 90% lang, still good, no? Taas pa rin nun. In fact, yung lowest natin ngayon sa mga other hotel natin is 70% na occupancy rate. Yun po yung lowest ng Hotel 101 Manila and yung sa Hotel 101 Fort. And still, good pa rin siya in terms na mataas pa rin yung nagiging revenue ng hotel. So, let's take 80% occupancy rate, for example. Kung magiging 80% lang muna yung occupancy rate per the month, ang magiging projected income po ng isang room is 117,600. Okay? So, if we're going to compute the annual, that's 1.4 million. That's 1,411,200. And then, if you want to get yung monthly income doon sa ng unit owner, so you're going to get the 30% of that. That's equivalent to 423,360. Okay? So, kung iniisip nyo, yung 80% po sa left side, dyan po tayo magbe-base dun sa occupancy rate, 80%. So, pag titingnan po ninyo yung unit owner's 30% share, that's 423,360 gross. No? Yan yung annual. So, if you want to compute for the monthly, i-divide nyo lang po ng 12. So, you compute the monthly. No? And hindi pa kasama dyan, no, yung 10 vouchers. Kasi yung 10 vouchers, kung kukumputin nyo, meron din siya equivalent na 49,000. Kasi that's 4,900 nga daily. So, yung times 10 mo, that's 49,000. So, ilabas pa natin yun. No? Kasi kung isasama natin yun, ang talagang income niya is 472,000. So, that's still good, no? Yung 423,000, pag dinivide mo po ng 12 yan, that's I think more than 30 to 35,000. Yun po, wala po silang ibang ilalabas na babayaran, wala po silang tinatawag natin na hassle na asikasuhin, no? Kaya sinasabi natin, no, itong business natin na to, ino-offer natin to. This is good as a business, as a passive that will give passive income to our buyers, to our investors, especially no, yung mga magiging retiree, no, yung kasi once you retire, no, syempre kung nag-retire ka parang ayaw mo nang magtrabaho, di ba? Ayaw mo nang, unless gusto mo pa rin mag-business talaga, no? Pero even though magtatayo ka ng sariling business, this investment na hindi mo na kailangang asikasuhin. Right? Hindi ko po sisiraan yung condominium kasi kami po nagbenta kami ng condominium. And if you get a condominium unit na gagawin mong rental business, that will really give you sufficient na income, no? Na talagang maganda rin yung balik. Pero yun kasi paghihirapan mo rin. No? You have to take care of your condominium unit. 'Di ba? Kailangan mo i-maintain yung loob ng unit mo. Kailangan mong bayaran yung mga monthly dues, di ba? So, talagang pag-iisipin mo pa rin yung unit na yon. With Hotel 101 kasi, pag bili mo, kahit kalimutan mo na siya, okay, wala ka nang gagawin. maghihintay ka na lang ng income on a monthly basis. Dinideposit po ng Hotel 101 yan every month on every 16th of the month. Okay? So, kung kayo nag-retire, kunwari nag-resign na kayo from your work abroad and you wanted to stay permanently here in the Philippines, and talagang retirement as in pahinga na, you don't have to do anything. Basta on a monthly basis, you'll get your percentage, you'll get your share. No? Kagaya sabi namin, yung 80% occupancy, it will give you mga 35 to 40,000 a month. Okay? So kahit pag tumanda po kayo, diba yun sasabi natin kanina na you still have an income kahit retired ka na. For example, you're 60, 70 years old na ayaw mo nang mag-asikaso, mag-intindi, no, na pagpapaupa ka pa ng unit. Wala na pong ganun dito. You just have to wait for your monthly income na papasok, di ba? Hindi mo na kailangang umasa sa mga anak mo na ibibili ka nila ng ganito, ganyan, kasi you will have your own money. Okay? You will have your own income even though retired ka na, matanda ka na. Yun po yung gusto nating i-offer sa mga kababayan natin na nasa abroad, especially nasa ngayon hindi pa po nag-isip ng investment. Pwede po natin silang tulungan, no, na magkaroon sila ng sarili nilang investment that will really give them sufficient na passive income. Yan yung talagang mapapakinabangan nila na hindi lang yung barya-barya, no? Talagang enough to sustain them, no? Na kung ano man yung pangangailangan nila. Yun po. So, kagaya sabi natin yung Hotel 101 Manila, no, based on history, hindi tayo bumaba sa 70%. No? Especially the pandemic kasi ginawa nga siyang quarantine, no, noong 2021, pero yung quarantine na yun, hindi naman siya pinarantine ng mga may sakit, kundi yung mga kailangan lang mag-stay, no, dun sa hotel for the meantime habang di pa lumalabas yung swab test, di ba? Kung naalala niyo yun. So, ginamit siyang ganun and that brings them, yung mga unit owners natin, na malaking income kasi 96%. In fact, umabot na ng 100% yun eh. Average lang 96% kasi ginagamit nila. No? Unlike if you're renting out your condo, pagdating ng mga ganong times, hindi ka makapag-rent kasi lockdown, di ba? So, hindi ko naman inisip na mauulit yun. But at least if you have this kind of investment na property, you don't have to do anything. Talagang you just have to wait for it. Yung return on investment po. Yeah, may question po si Sir Seth, si Asher. Sino po pala developer na may hawak ng Hotel 101? Late po kasi ako. Okay lang yun, Sir Asher. Yung Hotel 101 po is, yung developer is Double Dragon. So, ang owner po niya is si Tony Tan Kak Chong, which is the owner of Jollibee Food Corporation. And kagaya sinabi ko, Jollibee Food Corporation, 3.5 billion US dollars po yung kanyang market capital, no? Another owner is si Injap Sia, no? Napakalaking businessman din. These are both well-known businessman dito po sa country natin. So sila po yung may-ari ng Hotel 101, yung Double Dragon Corporation. Okay. But other question, Sir Asher, yung yung company natin, it's not fly-by-night company, hindi po siya maliit na company. Nasa top corporation po tayo, Double Dragon Properties. Meron po tayong mall, yung kung mapupunta po kayo sa Macapagal Avenue, yung makikita nyo may estatwa doon sa Macapagal, sa atin po yon, that's Double Dragon Plaza. No? And meron din tayong mga mall sa provinces, yung City Mall, sa atin po yon, that's more than 45 branches po. Stores nationwide. Kay Double Dragon yun. Meron tayong mga commercial buildings, 6 commercial buildings, offices. We have mga industrial companies, mga storages, warehousing. And meron tayong other hotels na pag-aari ng Double Dragon na hindi pinebenta. No? Meron kasing tayong we are partner with Ascot Hotel and Janjing. Yung Janjing Hotel. Sa atin din yun. Kaya lang hindi for sale kasi yung mga yan. Yung Ascot tsaka yung Janjing, hindi po siya binibenta. Only Hotel 101 Manila. Only Hotel 101 Global and local ang binibenta natin. Other questions po regarding bago po tayo pumunta dun sa exciting part. So, if may question po, pasok, i-type nyo lang, no? So, meron po tayong mga few minutes left. Discuss ko lang yun. Kasi iniisip nyo, of course, so ano nyo mapapala ko kung kikita dyan yung mga buyer, mga investors? Of course, we invited most of you to join us as our business partner or our marketing partner. Kasi nakita nyo kung gaano kaganda yung investment, no? Yung real estate company natin, yung project natin, no? And kayo din, no? Pwede rin kayo magkaroon ng sarili nyong passive income. Kasi iba po talaga pag yun po yung iniisip niya eh. Yung future nyo, or kahit hindi future, kahit right now, you can have your own passive income eh. Di ba? Of course, you are working, no? But while working, of course, you can have your own sideline, no? Yung side hustle. Kasi hindi naman kayo maapektuhan eh. Hindi naman maapektuhan yung trabaho ninyo if you're going to have this kind of side hustle. And out of this side hustle, pwede nyo siyang magamit para kayo mismo makapagpundar o makakuha ng sarili nyong real estate investment. No? And when you have this investment, no, what you would know, you wouldn't know, baka this will replace your own 9 to 5 job. Now, saan kayo kumuha ng income, di ba? So what we're offering here is to be our marketing partner, of course, no? Which you can do kahit na after ng office hour nyo, no? After ng trabaho nyo, pag-uwi nyo sa bahay, no? You can do this while you're home, no? That's why sinasabi namin, work from home lang naman to eh. And it will take only 1 to 2 hours or less, no? Talagang hindi naman siya masyadong demanding sa time nyo. Kasi hindi naman namin kayo i-hire na full time, no? Yun nga, this will be part-time lang, side hustle lang on your part, but malaki po yung magiging return, di ba? For example, paano ba nag-work yan? Kung sakali meron po kayong ma-reverse sa amin na client looking for an investment or a property. So, for example, ito kakilala mo si Mark and he bought a property in Hotel 101 Libis. So, that's 6.9 million, di ba? Kagaya sinabi natin. So, you're going to have a 2%, no? Percent commission. So, how much po ba yung 2% commission, no? That's 139,000. So, that's an additional income for you if you're the one who referred that buyer, no? And again, you don't have to do so much kasi nandiyan naman po kami, yung mga property specialists ko and mga team leaders ko to help you present and to close the buyer, okay? So, you only have to introduce and refer those interested buyers who are capable of investing with us. So, what if you have 2 buyers, no? Nandiyan pa si Michelle and bumili siya, mas malaking budget niya, kumuha siya sa Madrid, which is worth 12 million, no? Yung Madrid natin. So, magkano po yung commission mo doon na 2%? That's 240,000. Okay? So, that will be an additional income for you. Kung dalawang unit, isang Madrid, isang Libis, that's already 379,000. And ito po, no, panggiting ko lang po kagaya no, kung narinig nyo yung mga payment term natin, hindi po kasi tayo talaga, kasi it's an investment eh. So, hindi po kami nag-o-offer ng talagang no down payment. Ang payment term natin po is, normally, pinakamababa yung 5% down, no, or 10% down. So, yung Madrid and Diseco natin, mga nasa 25% down payment. So talagang medyo kailangan yung capable po magbayad ng down payment. Then a little higher lang po yung monthly installment niya compare with other companies. Kasi ang in-offer nga natin is a business, no? Talagang business siya na magdadala ng guaranteed income. Unlike kung you're going to get an ordinary condominium unit, of course, it's a good investment din naman po. Kaya lang, it will be more effort on your part. Diba? Yun lang naman po. Compared to this na talagang sinabi namin na this will be a good passive income, especially to those retirees. Kasi pag nag-retire sila, wala na silang poproblemahin eh. Diba? Talagang maghihintay na lang sila ng income. Hindi na sila mag-iisip kung may mag-uupa ba ng unit nila or wala. Hindi na sila mag-iisip ng babayaran nila na condo dues or monthly bills or anything. Hindi na sila mag-iisip na, naku, baka masira yung unit ko, kailangan ko paayos. Kasi si Hotel 101 na magme-maintain. nung building, nung unit itself. Hindi na sila mag-isip kung anong ilalagay niyang gamit doon or kung may papalitan siya. Kasi wala na. Kasi hindi rin niya pwedeng baguhin yung laman ng unit kasi that will be against the natin na standard eh. Dapat lahat ng unit is standard lang. Same size, uniform, kung ano itsura ng isang unit, ganun na po lahat. Okay? So, yun po yung inintroduce natin. And kung yung buyer mo, isa po dito sa ganitong prospect na they're looking talaga for investment na hindi na sila mamomroblema, no? Wala na silang hassle na iisipin, even yung pag-i-email o pag-iisip ng mga tenants nila kung paano mag-check-in. So, this is the best property for them. This is the best investment for them. Okay? So, as a marketing partner, all you have to do, of course, is to be accredited with us, apply under the property specialist, just fill out the accreditation form, then attend yung mga trainings like this, no, seminars, and we're also giving seminars na dun sa project itself, no, project briefing. Then of course, execute lang tayo ng memorandum of agreement para sure kayo, no, na protected kayo, na the property specialist is the one responsible na makuha nyo yung commission nyo. But of course, it will be deposited, no, directly to you, no, sa mga marketing partners natin. Pwede siyang i-release kay property specialist or pwede bigyan niyo lang po sila ng authorization letter to pick up your check, or kung meron po kayong mga local bank account, pwede pong diretso na doon. Okay? So ang maganda dito, unlike other business, wala po siyang kapital, wala po kayong babayaran, wala po kayong ilalabas, no? Wala rin kayong overhead na iisipin, wala kayong i-maintain na tao, i-maintain na pwesto, no? Talagang zero capital, zero overhead. It can be home-based, kagaya na sinabi natin, you can do it at home or you can do it kahit nasa labas kayo. And wala pong quota kasi hindi naman po kayo full-time, no? But the income that it will give you is unlimited. Okay? So, kayo lang po mag-decide kung how much yung magiging income ninyo. Depende, of course, dun sa sipag din ninyo, kung sa gaano karami din yung net worth ninyo na pwede ninyong itap, no? And i-refer sa amin. So, our product or yung project natin is very saleable, are very saleable kasi kung narinig nyo kung gaano kagaganda yung project natin, and we're not selling just here in the Philippines, no? We are global, no? Hindi pa lang po namin ma-announce kung ano yung mga other projects namin abroad, pero right now existing na namin is in Japan, in Madrid, and in USA, in Los Angeles. But soon, no, kasi ang company nga, they want to have presence in 25 countries for the next 3 years. Yan. So, yes po, sir. Sir, may question ka, sir?
Kala ko baka hindi mo makita ang hulog. Bakit mo nakita?
May question ka, sir, Asher?
Wala po, napindot lang po.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. So, yan, meron po tayong mga pre-trainings and seminars kapag ka po meron kayong kliyente din, no? We can have one-on-one Zoom meetings with them, or kung nandito po sila sa Pilipinas, we can take them to our showroom. Meron po tayong showroom sa Macapagal, no? Nandun po sa Double Dragon Plaza. Nandun po yung ating showroom. And meron din po tayong showroom sa Singapore. No? Actually, our global headquarters is located in Singapore. So, for now, wala po tayong hotel doon, but very soon magkakaroon din po tayo sa Singapore, and magkakaroon din po tayo sa UAE, in other parts of Europe, other parts of Asia. So, yun, marami po tayong upcoming projects. Pero that's for the next 3 to 5 years. Okay. So, yes, yung requirements po, no? Requirements, just sign the application form to be accredited, then present lang valid ID, passport, or driver's license. Yung local government ID po ninyo, hindi na kailangan kasi hindi naman namin required na kagaya with other company namin na dapat naka-base kayo abroad. Dito naman hindi. Kahit locally based pwede. No? Pwede naman. So, kailangan lang yung proof of residence para malaman po namin kung saan nga po kayo naka-base, kung dito or abroad. But, yun. Yung proof of local banks, if gusto nyo pong i-deposit yung commission, dun diretso sa bangko po ninyo. Okay? So, yun. Paano marirelease yung commission? Meron po tayong tinatawag na milestone. Mabilis naman po, no? Pagka 50% na po yung, 5% na po yung nabayaran na down payment, makukuha nyo po agad 50% of your commission. No? Basta na-submit lang yung mga other requirements like CTS, PDCs, mga ganun po siya. So, once 10% naman yung fully paid na down payment, mga 75% ng commission nyo, marirelease na lang kagad siya. Okay? So, yung 25% retention kapag fully paid na, or example sa case ng mga local project natin, pag na-loan release na ng bank, yun, makuha nyo na yung full, no? Pati yung 25% retention. So, kailan po ba yung release ng commission natin? Every Friday po yan. Every week po, meron tayong release ng commission. So, 4 times a month. Halimbawa, this Friday, hindi po umabot yung release dahil may kulang pong na-submit. We still have a chance next week, no? Ganun lang po siya. Kasi every week po siya nare-release. Okay? So, paano mag-start? Of course, pwede kayong mag-post naman sa mga social media. Hindi po bawal. Basta po, inform nyo lang po kami kung ano po yung mga gusto nyo i-post. Tanong po ni Sir Jamel, yung commission po kailan binibigay? After po ba makapag fully paid clients? Ayun po, sorry, na-explain ko na, no? So, sige sir, thank you Jamel. Thank you Sir Jamel for the questions. Yun nga, in-explain ko kanina kung paano yung release ng commission. Okay? So, bukod sa social media, pwede po nating i-meet face-to-face yung mga buyer po ninyo. Kung wala po kayo dito, we can meet them, no? And ilagdalin po namin doon sa ating showroom. So, pwede rin po kayo mag-ask ng referral sa mga kaibigan nyo dyan, mga office mate nyo. And you can do vlog, no? Marami po akong kakilala ngayon na mga OFWs na nagbablog sila, TikTok or mga Facebook Reel. Pwede nyo po itong isama, no? Doon sa mga vlog nyo. Idagdag nyo lang na content. And you wouldn't know, baka marami po kayong mga followers na naghahanap din naman talaga ng property, no? Ng investment. Ay, sorry po, Ma'am Jemel. Sorry po. Ma'am po pa siya. Thank you po, Ma'am. Okay, so ano pa po ba yung advertisement? Pwede po kasi kayong mag-advertise sa social media. Kung paid po, it's up to you. Pwede naman po. No? Kaya lang, that's lang po, additional on your part kung pag gusto nyo. Pero like kami po, no, nagbabayad din kami ng mga ads. And syempre, mas ma-wide po yung marireach pagka yung pinopost po natin, ina-ads natin, paid ads, no? And of course, you can join yung mga Filipino community events, no? Especially dyan sa Dubai, sa Abu Dhabi. Meron po sila madalas sa Japan. Yeah, you can join them. Yung mga local naman po, no, marami rin dito na mga ganyang events. Pwede kayong mag-join. Or you can join us yung mga events po namin dito. No? Meron din po kami mga sariling events. Okay? So, yun po yung what we're offering our business partners, our marketing partners. And ang mapapromise naman natin sa mga investors natin and mga buyers natin, no? Because yung company natin po, well-known po kasi yung mga taong involved. Okay. Si Tony Tan Cakchong is number 12 sa richest man in the country. Medyo maganda po yung reputation niya, especially Jollibee Food Corporation. No, talagang hindi po pwedeng masira yung pangalan niya. So, he makes sure na talagang nakakapag-deliver po tayo. Okay? And we stick to our commitment. No, yung sinabi namin na ganito, na ganyan, so talagang nasa contract po kasi yun eh. So, and we are a new company that trying to prove po talaga na we belong to top corporation, not only here, no, in the country, but abroad. Kasi ang aim po talaga or ang goal ng Hotel 101 is to be one of the top 5 hotel brands worldwide. Medyo masyadong ambisyoso, pero so, si Tony Tan Cakchong and si Injap Sia po, talagang mga visionaries po yan. And yung mga sinasabi nila, kaya po nila i-achieve kasi with their own, malaki na po na-achieve nila eh. Malayo rin po narating na nila. And malalaking company na po yung mga pag-aari nila ngayon. Any questions po from our guests, from our marketing partners or clients na nandito po ngayon? So thank you guys for joining us today. So yeah, we hope to see you again sa mga darating pa nating webinar or seminars. So thank you po for joining us.